everybody. It's me, Podcast You Listen. Movie review time. If people aren't...
All I can hear is, like, music, like a dripping of a faucet. I can just hear, like, a couple beats of it. So hopefully when we hear the episode, like,
you'll like
the
this
full song.
music. It's called Dark Horror Theme.
Dark Horror Theme?
Nothing says John Wick 3. It's been released on DVD for the past 3 months. But MC just now saw it for the first time.
Yes. Well, what else is being released with this coronavirus lockdown?
That's what we're going to discuss. After we discuss the John Wick 3 movie that you've finally seen, we're going to go into more detail to discuss what else has come out on Netflix. So, oh, it's getting better, the music. Hold on. I'll tell you this, when you go on this royalty-free music, there's a lot of this creepy music, and one of them is horror chase music, since you're really into Halloween and stuff like that. What does horror chase music sound like? Let's see, royalty-free music. Thanks for listening, David Fitzline. Let's see if this sounds like horror chase music. His name is... What'd I say his name was? David Fitzline. I'm a music composer from California. I hope you like the music. Go to Fitzline Studios. Run!
Studios.
Get the fuck out of the room! Help me! Wait, I forgot my dog! Well, you better go get him. Because you can't leave your dog. Even the dog outruns the people running away from people with knives and chainsaws.
Speaking of dogs, yeah, that's a pretty big dog scene in this film we're about to review here.
Yep. All right, one more. I got one more. Hold on. Everybody knows I'm afraid of clowns. Creepy clown music, and it's made by SoundtrackUniverse.com. Royalty-free music on YouTube. And here we go. Clown music. What does it sound like? I'm going to give you a big background on why I'm afraid of clowns. Barnum and Bailey, 1981. My parents take me to the Coliseum. During the time I'm sitting up front, a strange clown approaches me, wants to take me out of the seats and into the funny wagon with all the other clowns. At that moment, I knew there was danger. Lots of danger. I knew I needed to get away from these clowns, so I ran. 1983. I am at a carnival. I'm working it as part of my youth group that I'm with. I decide to walk behind the trailers of the carnival. Behind the carnival is a clown, all dressed up in his clown outfit. He's smoking a cigarette. I walk by. I am 9 years old. He looks at me, I look at him. He looks at me like, I'll eat you. I will totally eat you. I will kidnap you and eat you. Now, 30-some years later, I'm afraid of clowns.
So people listening to this, like, sounds like going to be talking about John Wick. He's fucking talking about Polo Rope.
All right.
Let's podcast.
Fucking clowns. I don't know why. It's not even like it or anything. It's just dumbass, fucking regular looking dumb clowns. All right. So
apparently the evil clown was started by Joker. So he gets credit for it back in 1940. So that's interesting.
Why I have phobias. All right. Well, let's get into something interesting. Yes. John Wick 3.
Parabellum.
Yes.
They said once in the film, near the end.
Question before we start this: do you think that John Wick 4 is in the works?
Of course, if you've seen the ending of the film, then you would feel like they purposely left that hanging with their kind of reunion of two characters made popular from their Matrix series.
Little bit of trivia information. Keanu Reeves was also in Toy Story 4. He was the Evel Knievel character. All right. Same guy who's shooting people multiple times and running around like John Wick, the superhero. He fucking was also in Toy Story 4.
So this obviously is film picked up where 2 left off. He has the bounty on his head. He's got an hour to
It starts exactly where it picks off. If people are wondering, there's no build-up. It starts exactly when they announce the bounty on his head and that John Wick contract is on the table.
So he's excommunicado.
Yep.
And he is on the run.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel that was kind of just... Do you think that was a good way of starting a movie?
I mean, when you leave a cliffhanger like that, you pretty much... I mean, if it's the same writer, producer, I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I'm assuming that most of the guys are the same who worked on the other 2 films, but you pretty much... You've set the table for the new film, and so they're assuming, I'm guessing that if you're watching 3, that you've probably seen 1 or both of the other 2, so apparently they're not going to fill you in on anything, but it wouldn't take long to pick you up to speed. The guy's on the run. There's a bunch of people.
In case, for some reason, you live under a rock, John Wick 3, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it was released in 2019, so I was just giving MC a hard time, but I think it's been on video now for what? Probably 6 months.
Probably. I mean, I don't remember.
So,
I mean, it seems like
here's the trailer. Oh, shit. No, we don't want this really loud. Here's the trailer.
You have no idea.
He has a dog.
Mr. Wick broke the rules.
This girl was pretty good. I like this girl.
He survives.
The one who comes in. The one who comes in to get him.
John Wick,
the Juiciator. Whatever you say,
you shouldn't be here.
Halle Berry's in it too.
Nice suit.
She got a cool dog.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
I need your help.
After this, we are less than even.
So this movie was pretty much like nonstop violent, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're desensitized. It's I don't know.
Now I remember
after a while, it just becomes. It seems like all the villains are just waiting to be killed by John Wick. It starts off really good, like that knife scene in the fucking in the hallway of that thing. That was the highlight of the film to me. Like that, I just found myself laughing hysterically at the knives, how he killed them with the other stuff, and then at the end where the other guy's kind of still alive and he throws the axe, fucking kills the guy across the fucking room or across the hallway. But I felt like after that point, the movie pretty much could never capture that type of intensity for me.
Well, what do you think about the? All right, well, I'll tell you this. My brother saw this movie. I remember it, and the one thing all he kept talking about was Halle Berry and the dogs, the two dogs, the 2 German shepherds.
Yeah,
how badass they were and how badass she was. Do you feel like Halle Berry gave a badass role for this movie and being perceived as someone that could you really see her character being like an assassin type character?
No, not really. But I felt like that was set up for. I felt like there was some agendas in the film. I just, almost like too
agendas.
Obvious, I felt like
what's the agenda?
Just pushing like, oh, we got to have a lot of females represented, or wouldn't it be or
look at you.
wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if the dogs were, instead of being the victims in the film, the dogs are the aggressors? So I felt like there was a lot of what ifs they were probably thinking of from the other two movies. Because it felt like to me this was an audition for a Halle movie, like her Sophia character's own movie. I felt like for that whole, whatever that was, 5 to 10 minute stretch she was in there, like it was predominantly focused on her, and like John Wick became a background character. I'm thinking to myself during he's gonna go.
I thought he was gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, he in theory with that type of bounty, he probably should have, but I felt like a lot of things were really weird, like the upside down cross branded on him, and another thing, he chops his finger off. It felt like there was a lot of in symbolism, and the Sheik. A lot of the guys look too clean cut, like the Sheik out of nowhere. Like, okay, so the Sheik's the head of everything. Halle Berry, she's this model. She still looks great, but just felt like, I don't know. The movie felt like too clean to me, where it just felt like it was too polished. Where I think in the other two movies it had a dirty, like gritty feel to it, and I just felt like this one, maybe because the movie has reached this franchise, I should say, has reached this epic proportion, that now it's got all this money and it's going to be this jazz. It felt like it was more of an art performance than it was a movie, and I think it just kind of, like I said, there were still elements I loved. I loved that whole scene, but I felt like if I stopped the movie there and ended it there, except for maybe the cool moment with him and basically Neo and Morpheus reuniting at the end, if they didn't do that, I kind of felt like that left it open to whet the appetites for John Wick 4. But
so give me your total thumbs up or thumbs down about the movie. Yeah, give me that first.
I rated on Vudu because that's how I watched it. I got the coach. I rated it 3 out of 5. I still felt like, I mean, it's John Wick, so I mean, I felt like that's a fair rating. It didn't blow me out of the water, like the stuff with the German shepherds and stuff. So yeah, it was cool for a little bit, but felt like that scene went way too long. And like I said, just you build up these shinobis and they're fucking cleaning house at everybody, and they're fucking badass as shit. And then the head shinobi, the guy you're supposed to, this is going to be a great fight with John Wick. That was a pathetic fight with him and John Wick. He fights 2 of the shinobis basically right before him, and then they're fanboying out during it, and it's just like it's John Wick, and like even the guy's fanboying out, and like it just felt like it was a parody of itself at different times, and it was hard to kind of take it seriously. She tells him, I'm sending you in our finest guys, and all it is guys in armor shooting. It's like these guys aren't anything. All they're doing is waiting to be killed by John Wick.
He shot him through the helmet. He shot them through their helmets. You think they would have bulletproof helmets? He just shot them right through it.
Well, they did. I mean, he was killing some of them through it, but then he had to go and get the armor piercing so he could just blow their heads off. But I don't know. It's just, why not send 7 of the guys that are who had their own students, like the Shinobi guy? Anyone stand a chance? Or why wouldn't they all just be fucking blow up the fucking hotel? And it just felt like, I mean, obviously we wouldn't have a movie if they did that, but it just felt like, I don't know. These guys are supposed to be deadly, and he's killing them. They're all waiting to be killed.
Let's go through all the people that approached him were waiting to be killed. Let's go to the first part. What do you think about the LA Clippers basketball player in the beginning? Boban Marjanovic was the big 7'3" Siberian dude. He was the center for the Los Angeles Clippers.
So that was the guy, yeah?
He killed him with a book.
Yeah, that was cool. That was still in the cool part of the film, where it was still in New York before it started going to Casablanca. And it's just like...
Well, wait, though. What do you think about the LA Clippers basketball...
How did he do?
His acting role. Do you think he has potential to be...
he was okay. Yeah. I mean, that was all right scene. I mean, like I said, I think up until the knife